Hello and welcome to K2AV's Make Pretend AV Setup Show. My name is Jasky, and if you haven't tuned into any of the previous episodes, what we do here is we have a theoretical client with a theoretical budget, and then we try and design a solution to best meet their needs. Today's episode, because Perth has recently gone through a COVID lockdown and there are still ongoing restrictions, we have on our show today Shahrukh, who is the owner of an IT firm that has had a request to have quick messaging options in various industries and clients that he deals with. Essentially being able to use digital signage to be able to communicate and disseminate information based on the changing circumstances. I'll let Shahrukh explain those requirements to you, so let's get on with the show. Hi, my name is Shahrukh. I run an IT firm here in Perth, Western Australia. A lot of my clients have requested for an easy solution that they can send information to a screen or a display to inform staff, to inform clients, to inform potential customers. Now, the industries that I typically serve are obviously corporates. So there's a lot of corporate offices that need these signage screens, but also medical, hospitals, also work with real estate firms. So at the moment, real estate shops where people aren't able to enter, they want to be able to display some of the properties that are available, showcase them in a positive light, and also restaurants to be able to update menus, change different offers, things like that. The most important criteria for this entire solution is the ability for anyone to be able to send information to these displays. Because a lot of the times it's not going to be someone IT savvy like myself or anyone in my firm. It's going to be from the client, and they need a very easy to use platform, software, interface, whatever, to be able to upload information onto these screens, which can be positioned anywhere, and also it must be real time. Sometimes information changes and they need to change and display that information and inform staff, clients, customers, and go live in real time. Some of the locations have a lot of sunlight, some of them are dark, some of them are in a hard to see place. So we need all that to be factored in when designing a solution. The budget that we have in mind for our clients to put together this digital signage solution for each unit is $2,500. Thanks, Shahrukh. To begin this solution, the key thing is we need a commercial display. And the screen that we would recommend is the Philips 55-inch BDL series. The key criteria for a display is that it must be a commercial display. It needs to be rated 24/7, meaning it can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It also needs to be bright enough for it to be visible, because some of these spaces may be dark. So typically the screens that we would recommend for a signage should be above 400 nits, which is a rating to see how bright they are. This screen is 450 nits bright. Once we've decided where these digital screens need to go, depending on if it's a retail store, is it a menu? Depending on if it's a medical environment, a hospital, does it need to be in front of a particular ward? Once you've designed the locations, then it comes down to how you want to mount the screen. So depending on the location, it can be flush wall mounted, so then it sits flat on the wall, as you can see from that screen. It can be ceiling mounted, so if it needs to be mounted on the ceiling and someone needs to be able to look at it from a high vantage point, it can be on the ceiling. It can also be cantilever mounted, which means the position of the display needs to move from one location to another, so visibility can be across different parts of the room. It can be mounted in this format, it can be mounted this way, so landscape and portrait. Once you figured out the screen and the mount, the other key part of this solution is getting the right signage software. The one we would recommend is the Fusion Signage software. The reason I've recommended Fusion for this is, one, it is very cost effective. The cost of this is $369 for 3 years, which is negligible. If you get any sort of hardware, it can get a lot more expensive. It's also dead easy to use. It essentially has 3 steps that anyone can follow, and we've had people use that are technologically resistant and they can still operate this within minutes. There is a playlist, there is media, and then there is scheduling. So you start a playlist, which basically means what order do you want content to go out to one screen. For example, this image that you see on this screen, upload that media on that playlist and then select the screen that you want it to be presented on. It's easy as that. There is also the option of having a whole heap of screens. As Shahrukh mentioned, there are a number of screens that need to display the same information. You can group those screens, create the same playlist, send it out to all the screens at exactly the same time, making it very, very easy to upload, change information. Let's assume COVID requirements and restrictions change. Within a few seconds, you can upload that information to all those different screens. Say there's an existing screen that you want to use for the digital sign. All you need to do is make sure that screen has an Android operating system, because then you can go into the Play Store, download the Fusion app, and then run the Fusion app, and then control what goes onto that screen from your laptop. But if it isn't an Android-based screen, then you need to have a media player that goes into the back of that screen, and then Fusion can communicate with that media player. The software can run on any operating system. You can sign in using Windows, you can sign in using Android, Mac can sign in through the Chrome browser. You sign into the Fusion Signage software, and then you publish information in real time, which means in any of these locations, because Shahrukh works in the medical industry, in the corporate space, in retail, you can upload and change information within seconds. And that is a solution we have designed for Shahrukh, who can now pass that on to his clients for a cool and easy and simple to use digital signage solution that meets the budget of $2,500 per each digital signage screen deployment. So thank you for watching, and that is the end of today's show, and I'm not going to do the thumbs up.